What's up, everybody? Welcome to the My RC Life YouTube channel, where we do all things RC and a little bit of everything in between. Let's go!
What's going on, everybody? Tractus Mike from My RC Life coming at you today from the shop, and this is a total game changer for me. It's a first for me, definitely. I've been getting suggestions a lot and questions about when I'm going to do this. Everybody asking me when I was going to and why I haven't. And finally, I went and I've done it. I bought an Arma. We went with the Arma Outcast 8S. Now, I was going to get the Creighton because I could buy it in a roller. But I really wanted the Outcast. But they don't sell the Outcast 8S in a roller that I know of. Until I happened to see this eBay post. There was a gentleman that had bought an Outcast 8S, stripped the servo, the motor, the ESC out of it, and the tires, and obviously took the controller as well, and put the truck back up for sale. Truck has never been drove. That was perfect for me because, you know me, I never leave stuff stock very long anyways. I'm always wanting to beef it up, different motors and ESCs and all that stuff. So that worked perfect for the My RC Life YouTube channel. I mean, that couldn't have hit the spot any better. So without any further ado, here is my very first Arma, the Outcast 8S. Now, these are stock tires that would normally come on it, but I had to purchase them separately. They did not come with the truck. Basically, it's just the Arma 8S ready to run with the electronics stripped out of it. Oh, and he took the body too. But I ordered a new body. I'm going to paint this up with my, we're going to do something cool. We're going to grab some of those spastic paints. I don't know what color or what type of paint scheme we're going to do, but we're going to do something. Now, I think these come with like around a 1200 kV motor in them, which, whatever. That'd probably be fine. But I've had this TP power motor sitting around for a while. Now, when I got this Arma home, I was like, oh, it won't fit. But then I got moving and twisting and turning, and I'll be damned. That thing will fit down in there. So then, this is the slider that goes on the motor mount here. And it'll slide in so you can adjust your mesh, back and forth. I go to slide this on here. Well, that ain't gonna work. The spacing on this is different than the spacing on this. Well, crap. So I guess I ain't gonna use this, is what I was thinking. Well, it so happens that M2C Racing comes to the rescue again. You just slap this baby on here, and guess what? You got the correct bolt pattern now. Bam! Hits right on center. Oh, but this will not fit with that motor mount. This motor slide will not fit with that motor mount. Well, just another small purchase we had to make from M2C. So basically we got to tear this red one out, put this big old beefy thick guy in here, and then that'll allow this one to slide in and out of there just like this red one will slide in and out of here. So if anyone needs one of these motor mounts, I guess I'll probably have that for sale, because I'm not going to need it, that's for sure. So then it was time to figure out our steering servo. I don't remember what comes in these stock, but we went ahead with the Savoy SW-0240MG, and it is 35 kilograms of torque, speed of 0.15. Nice beastie beefy chunk of servo there. Then this motor is 650 kV, so you got to get a bigger pinion, quite a large one. So I got a handful of pinions. I got a 32, a 35, and a 38. And what is the ESC it's going to be powering this beast? Well, if we're going to be powering a beast, we better go with the Beast Pro 300 amp 6 to 12S. This is by ZTW. This thing is a handful. I mean, it is a beast. And don't worry, it does fit in this stock location. See, right there, bam. I mean, it ain't gonna bolt up. I'm gonna need to double side tape it or something, but it will fit right there. Heck yeah, dude. And when I say a handful, literally a handful. It is a handful. Look at that thing, guys. It's a handful. It looks like it's got 12 capacitors in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Heck of a fan. I mean, just a beast of a fan. Which, that's cool, I guess. I do have the program card with it as well. And then what's going to be driving this? Well, of course, you know, we got some awesome 4-cells around here. But why would we stick with 2 4-cells and run only 8S? Why wouldn't we just jump right up to 2 5-cells and run 10S? Or when that gets boring, we'll just swap in these 2 6-cells and run 12S, 120C, 29000, 120C, discharge rating, 6S, Power Hobby Lipos, 120C continuous, 240C burst. These are some beastie lipos. These were 150 a piece, and I think these were a little bit more expensive. I can't quite recall what the sheet said. But yeah, this is going to be a handful. And then, of course, we will be controlling this with Noble receiver and transmitter. And then we'll have to see if we need upgrades after that. You know, if we start tearing stuff up, we'll upgrade it like we always do. This is the newest version of Outcast, so it's got all the good braces and all that, I guess. I think I'm in love with this whole servo, receiver box, and ESC mount all in one kit and caboodle. That's pretty slick. I kind of like that.
Okay, I'm starting to disassemble everything. Taking out the brace bars. I'm doing this so I can get the transmission out, so I can put the new motor mount on the transmission. Pulling out the transmission bolts from the bottom, having a little bit of problems getting them out. Can't get them out with the small impact. I end up using the torch, heating up the Loctite, and then I go with my actual car impact, my 1/2 inch. Okay, we got the transmission out, new M2C motor mount. Go ahead and get that all bolted on.
And then I open up the transmission and pull out the center diff, and I go ahead and stick some 20 million fluid in there. I think it probably already had something pretty thick in there, but I just went ahead and stuffed her full of some 20 million because it could use a little bit more. Loctited those bolts in there. Stuck some 20 million in the other side as well. You can do it from both sides. Got everything lined up and sticking it back together. Don't forget your little rubber seal on the bottom. Okay, now the transmission's going back in. Do not forget to line up your drive shafts. Putting the Loctite on there. Anything that's screwing back into a metal place, put some Loctite on it. Now I'm putting the slider unit onto the motor. Now this is a special M2C slider unit made to go on these bigger canned motors. Now I had to pull that whole side plastic piece off in order to get this motor into the slide unit because it's so big. Install the spur gear. Don't forget the Loctite. Alright, now we're soldering ends on everything. Battery ends on the ESC. Quick connect pieces onto the motor, and quick connect pieces onto the ESC. The bullet connectors onto the motor and ESC, I should say. Alright, looks like we're getting the battery wires almost done. Okay, now we're getting the bullet connectors soldered on. Don't forget to dip all those wires in flux. Pre-tin all those wires. Stack them all in the vise. Get some solder in there. Heat them up. Stick them in. Bam. Looks like those are all good. Put the heat shrink on them. Now we're going to put the 3 bullet connectors onto the motor. You can see I got the heat shrink already put on the motor before I put the bullet connectors. That's very important. Okay, it looks like we're about done with all that. Now, this servo wouldn't fit in here. This is the only mounting piece that came with the car. And it was for the 6-scale servo. I didn't realize this until I had cut everything up and whatever. So I had to cut this 6-scale mounting box up for this 5th-scale servo to work. Cut it and file it. And then it was only going to be able to take like 2 of the 4 bolts. I mean, it would have worked. So I modified this all up. Took me quite a long time. And I was able to get the servo to fit in here, as you will see in a minute. There we go. But what it did is it pushed, it didn't fit right. It wouldn't allow me to bolt the whole receiver box and everything. It would not bolt into the location. The servo horn would hit on the front of the plastic piece. Now I got the new one here now. When I ordered one, it came with a 5th scale receiver thing and a 6th scale receiver thing. So I used the 5th scale one. The servo bolted in perfectly and it fit perfectly in the car. No more issues. That's kind of a pain in the butt because I actually have a 6th scale servo on the way as we speak. So I'm going to have a servo that I won't be able to use for anything. Bummer. Okay, now I got that all taken care of. I am bolting that plastic side piece back on that I had to take off in order to get the motor in. I'm
putting the bolts in that holds the receiver box and the servo and all that. I'm putting the bolts in for that as well. Now I'm reinstalling all of these brace bars. As you can see right now, I got the ESC mounted with some zip ties, but it was putting a strain on the servo, so I had to take those off.
Okay guys, we got the ZTW LCD program card to go with the old Beast Pro here. And I don't know how to use this, but here we're at voltage protection. I'm going to leave it right there. 3 volts per cell. Hit menu, running mode, forward, reverse, brake. Yep, that's what we want, but you can get forward and reverse, forward and brake. So that's your 3 things you can set it for. But we're going to go stick with the forward, reverse, brake. Motor timing, we got normal, high, very low, low, normal. I'm going to stick with normal for now because this can have a lot of juice. Okay, acceleration. Low, medium, high, very high. I'm going to go with high. Okay. Menu. Reverse throttles at 60%. Yeah, well, I'll bump it up to 70. Forward throttle. Huh? 0%. Oh, 0 is for 100%, I'm imagining. Yeah, that's what that is. Brake force, 50%. I'm going to ramp that up a little bit just because I know usually they have them set a little light. Drag brake. I'm going to leave that. Motor rotation normal. I guess I don't know which way my motor's even rotating right now. Neutral range 4%. You got up to 10. I'm going to go with 5. Just put it right in the middle there. BEC output, that's for the servo. I'm going to bump that up to 7.4. That's just going to kick my servo up a little bit faster. There we go. That's all of them. It's a lot nicer than counting the beeps, that's for sure. Okay, then I think we power it down, and then we can unplug this. Now, as you can see, I got my pinion off because I've had cars take off up this wall. As you can see, the black marks. They tear up your arm and everything else in the shop. So, okay. Let's turn this thing back on. Now, my ESC is not mounted because I had it on here and it was causing my servo to buck tight to one side. And it was causing strain on it. I only got 6S hooked up to this right now, and that's the lowest it can go. It can go up to 12S. Okay, the motor is rotating counterclockwise. It's going to be spinning this one clockwise. Yeah, so it's spinning the correct way. Alright guys, this is only on 6S, the lowest it can go on. Imagine when we get those 2 6S packs in there. Instead of going only on 6S, we're going to be running on 2 6S. Yeah, it seems like a beast. That rattling noise, that's normal with mod 1.5 gearing. It's just loud, metal clangly noises. It's just what it does. I don't have the ESC mounted because the ESC was causing, when I had it mounted with the zip ties, it was making my steering servo kind of push sideways, and it was keeping a bind on my steering servo. I didn't want to steer too fast.
Look at he's off.
And check out how fast this servo is. Yeah.
Holy crap.
All right, I can't wait to get this thing out and give her a shot, guys.
Thanks for watching another episode of My RC Life. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.